It is absolutely insane that this keeps happening for the Montreal Canadiens, and Lane Hutson with one of his goal of the year for sure, one of the rookie goals of the year, as Montreal once again just finds a way to win, with Brendan Gallagher getting his 20th of the season, Nick Suzuki with the late shorthanded marker. Everything is coming up Montreal Canadiens as their playoff odds have shot up to over 72%. It is honestly crazy to watch this team work. We got to talk about all of this in this episode of Habs Digest, but a reminder, guys, we're almost at 20,000 subscribers. We're less than 1,000 away, and we have daily videos covering all your favorite things Montreal Canadiens after every single game. Hit the button down below if you haven't already. Join us, Jesse. Oh my goodness, I don't know what else there is to be said. No, yes I do. I'm going to talk about this. We got so much to talk about. Suzuki is a point per game player. Lane Hutson is convincing literally everyone, even the haters, that he's the rookie of the year. We got Brendan Gallagher getting 20 goals, Monty making some clutch saves leading to Suzuki. How are you feeling after a game like that? What stands out to you? Because I've just been thrilled since the moment that final horn sounded.
This team, though, it's just right now when they have that opportunity to really kind of cement their position in the playoffs, like just taking advantage right now and just hanging around. Like, Josh, didn't they deserve to win the game, and kind of claw back? Mm-hmm. And they just got better as this game went on. They're just getting better as the season is going on as well. Again, just playing the game the right way, trust in the process, but kind of heating it up where they were taking advantage. They started all those odd man rushes in the second period, but again, that third period, ending it off with that strong third period to really end off this game in really strong fashion. Again, our heroes being the heroes that we've come to expect from this game. But Josh, this was a big one tonight. And to really, again, just kind of hang around, bide, find our right time, again, is absolutely just phenomenal to see right now.
It's crazy because we were saying, throughout the whole game, how is Samuel Ersson getting away with this? This guy's statistically one of the worst goalies in the league, but he was playing great. I can't deny it. He had a fantastic game for the Flyers, a couple robberies, and the Habs just couldn't break through. We couldn't break through on the power play. We started off sloppy, and the Flyers got out to a lead, and it's like, well, what's happening? Well, you know what they did? They ended up locking in, and there's a bunch we can get into. Before we get into some of the really great players like we mentioned earlier, I just wanted to shout out Oliver Kapanen and Josh Anderson, of course. Josh Anderson for family reasons. I believe his wife is due. That's why he didn't play tonight. Oliver Kapanen drew in. Jesse, honestly, he didn't get a ton of playing time there, under 10 minutes tonight, but every time he was out there, I noticed him. I thought that his maturity on the ice and knowing where to be in the offensive zone was so much better than it was in his first 12 games of the season. He honestly looks like he could get some more run every single game. He genuinely looked awesome, I thought, in the limited time he got.
Oh, definitely. Oliver Kapanen, the one thing that really stood out was, again, his quickness and his mobility out there on the ice. And that's going to bode really well because we know that's kind of the good skaters. They really benefit in today's NHL. So that was the big thing, that quickness that we had kind of seen in the SHL as well. Kind of so amazing to see that, continue here in the NHL. But I think, speaking of skaters that are, very, very nimble on their skates, our boy Lane Hutson, at clutch time, when it's really mattering, right? And as I predicted here on the show, that there would be some key points where he'd have the puck behind his own net and just decide, I'm going to put this team on my back right now. That's exactly what he did, going coast to coast to get that go-ahead goal for this team. Again, who's saying that he can't shoot? And I mean, this is just an absolute snipe right here. But Josh, look at the speed that he's executing this play at. That's what makes it so impressive. That's what makes Lane Hutson elite.
Oh, man. Honestly, the speed, the footwork, and honestly, Jesse, throughout this game, how many times did he have insane, I don't even want to say dangles, but plays along the boards where he made other players look foolish. He would just pull it back, change direction, miss a hit, dangle, fire a pass into the slot. It's insane, not just his burst of speed like we saw in this play that we're going to keep replaying over and over. It's not just that shot that he's improved so much. That's an insane shot. Ersson probably shouldn't have given up so much space, but still, that's crazy. There's still only that much. And then that combined with the offensive generation is unbelievable. I don't know how it keeps getting better every single game. And again, I want to just show, do I have it here? Again, the NHL points leaders, he's again tied for, actually, don't even think this is updated, right? So that's the thing. He's even further ahead of Matvei Michkov. Okay, I don't want to speak out of turn here. I don't want to say he's for sure in sole possession of fourth, but I think he is because I don't think this is updated. I'm pretty sure he has 63 points now, right? So anyway, fourth place in the NHL regardless in points in defense, defenseman Lane Hutson. He is so unbelievably good, Jesse. And again, like, every time he's on the ice, he's creating offensive chances. And I feel like we say the same things over and over, but I don't think it ever actually gets old, because watching this guy, not only, Jesse, I know we talk about him so much, but not only is he the Calder favorite, to me, like, this might be a hot take. Is it crazy to say that he might get some outside Norris votes at this rate?
Well, I believe he's at most assists by any defender in the NHL right now. Like, as a rookie, like, you have to absolutely consider that. Like, that absolutely comes into all this. Like, his production right now, getting 63 points, like, as a defender, like, are you kidding me? Like, this is absolutely unreal. Like, what he's doing right now, just like, that would be unreal if he was a forward, let alone, defenseman in such a harder position and playing well defensively at the same time. But Josh, like, all this is just indicative of how, like, if the Habs are going to make this playoffs, and they made a big step towards that tonight, that's why it's such a big game. It's going to be because they earned it and it wasn't a fluke. Because it's just mathematics at this point. You have Lane Hutson getting 63 points. You got Nick Suzuki becoming a point-per-game player. You have Cole Caufield getting 35 goals. If you're telling me, okay, about a handful of games left in the season, and this is what these players have done, I'd say, yeah, there's probably a good chance that we're in the playoffs if, in a nutshell, that this is what this team is really doing right now. So absolutely, they're just showing that they deserve it. Like, Nick Suzuki again, like, we just have to give him just so much props, so much respect at that, just for the amount of leadership that he's shown, getting in on that forecheck there in that third period. And again, just how many times have we seen him when it's time to just kind of finish the deal, when it mattered, when we needed that insurance goal from him here to actually get the full-on game winner. It's Nick Suzuki that's doing that here for us. So again, just incredible how, again, just night in, night out, that consistency, and really bringing this team to new levels as a result.
Yeah, defense optional on that last play, but it doesn't matter. Suzuki did everything right. I mean, the Flyers did everything wrong, but you know what? Hey, you take advantage, but you're so right. Like, every single game, it's the captain. Points since the Four Nations. Now, Robert Thomas had an absolute heater tonight as the Blues win 12 in a row. He had 4 assists, but Nick Suzuki, 31 points since the Four Nations break. More than Kucherov, more than Hintz, more than any other player in the NHL, minus what, like, sometimes we even call his twin in Robert Thomas because they're so similar in a lot of ways, but it's been unbelievable. Again, just looking at him tonight, coming in there with 2 more points, 21 minutes time on ice, even getting a lot of penalty kill time on that 4-minute double minor, right? Like, he's just out there doing absolutely everything. And when people are saying, like, no one's really saying he's not a 1C anymore. I think that narrative's finally starting to die after this performance. But people are, I think, not treating him as valuable as he actually is. His value to this team is so insane, Jesse. And we got to remind people now, last 4 games, of course, 3 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 9 points in 4 games, 31 since the Four Nations. Jesse, this guy is, hold on. He's a point per game. Like, he's a point per game player already. 83 points. Jesse, he's 1 point away from tying Kovalev's 84 for the most points since, 07, 08 or something like that now. He's going to smash it. He might get 90 points at this rate. This guy's going to have the most points by a Habs since early 2000s, if not even the 90s at this rate. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's almost hard to comprehend how much better he's gotten year over year. And even though we respect him every single day, I feel like sometimes it's still not even enough.
For sure. A big reason why the Montreal Canadiens are second best team in the Eastern Conference since the Four Nations. And that confidence, which is really starting from Nick Suzuki, as you mentioned, is trickling down the team to all parts, even to a Brendan Gallagher, which I think we all saw tonight was evident, where he's in the offensive zone and he's just waiting for the puck. Why? Because he knows he can score as soon as he can get it. I love to see him just in the offensive zone, prowling, waiting for that puck, and just obviously making no mistake once he does get that. Again, just showing how this team as a whole is just playing with such confidence. I mean, all bets are off right now. When you're kind of playing that type of way and you know that you're playing the game the right way, you're going to get your opportunities. That means you're going to make the most of them, as we're seeing with Brendan Gallagher. Just again, getting 20 goals in this season. Like, I am just so happy for this heart and soul guy, right? There's been so much talk about the contract and everything else. Obviously, like, he is such a big part of this team. This has to feel so good for him. And obviously for him, that is a big leader on this team as well.
And look, hey, you know what? He got switched up his line mates tonight and he went out and made the most of it. I mean, still out there with Devo, but like, Yeah, it's such a feel-good story. I mean, to see him get 20 goals for the first time, was it since 1819 or since 1920? It's one of those two. I think it's 1920. Regardless, over 5 years since Brendan Gallagher's had 20 goals in a season, which is just insane. Not just the goal-scoring total, though, Jesse. The fact he's been healthy, and it's been so nice to see Brendan Gallagher back and healthy. It's been so nice to see this whole team, honestly, be healthy. We have a bunch of guys who have played either every game or have missed just a handful. It's been a blessing to watch this Montreal Canadiens team work right now, and we still got work to do because we got a back-to-back tomorrow night versus Nashville. It's not going to be easy. They're not a great team, but again, we can't take these for granted. Heading down to Nashville for the game. We're going to be talking to you after the game as well, so make sure you tune in for that. But that'll do it for this episode of Habs Digest. We could not be more excited. Playoff odds have skyrocketed. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Help us hit that 20K goal before the end of the season, and it's looking like that season might go a little longer than we thought back in October. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host, Jesse Poirier. We'll catch you in the next one.